when violence rules the city, when the police can't stop it, one man will, his way.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You can't let him get away with that!
No one can escape the justice of the vigilante.
In the 80s, New York is a cesspool. It's scary.
It was just an attack on your senses first.
People who need help were dumped on the streets.
The smell of urine, defecation. There would be graffiti everywhere, broken windows.
Cops aren't doing their jobs.
The gangs would patrol up and down the trains, and they would control certain lines.
Things are so bad that a vigilante group started patrolling the subways to do the jobs that the police weren't doing. So Curtis Sliwa becomes a private vigilante. He creates an organization called the Guardian Angels.
And I was a night manager of Mickey D's McDonald's, and I just decided to organize my closing crew to ride this very same train. It used to be called the Muggers Express, the number 4 train. This was our baptism in fire. This was the epicenter of criminal and gang activity in the late 70s.
Curtis Sliwa can't do it all with the Guardian Angels. We need to reclaim the streets. The sidewalks are out of control. This has to change. We can't live like this. He can have the subways. We're taking the streets. So to satirize the situation, I created Walk Right. We would patrol the streets looking like commandos, much like Curtis Sliwa and the Guardian Angels, and make fun of them and make fun of the whole situation. So I created 66 rules for walking. No short people with umbrellas, no squeaky wheels on carriages, no window shopping. A slow lane, a passing lane. Just ridiculous fascism. And we would go out and collect signatures supporting our rules. There's always a practical problem, more than one, in attempting to do any kind of performance piece. Not only do you have to worry about what the idea is and how you're going to execute the idea, but are there going to be other people? How many? Locations? Where? Props? Costumes? What? So it's like doing a film or a production. It's like doing a theater piece. Not only do you have to structure the concept, but you have to have all the ingredients so you can pull it off. And one of the big problems is coming up with people who are available. You're going to do this performance once, or something that has to be reenacted over and over again. Where are these people coming from? People have jobs. People have things that happen to them. People can't make it, or people want to be paid. You're not going to pay anyone. So coming up with a crew is always a challenge. I've been fortunate enough to have people that have worked with me, some of the same people for decades.
Well, Reg, a leisurely stroll through Manhattan can quickly become a furious trot this time of year. Craig Worth says, though, it doesn't have to be that way, and his report is worth watching.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
They never said it was easy walking around here.
Check them out.
Ah, shut up. And they never said it would be fun. A pedestrian could get defeated out here. Or at least have your feet run over by a box or a rack or a forklift. Go get them. And then you make it to safety, and some clown blocks the crosswalk. Real good.
Sir, not only you buy a fire hydrant, but you're also in the crosswalk.
Joseph Skaggs has had it. He and other civilians formed the Walk Right Patrol.
Heard about Walk Right?
No.
We're a civilian organization trying to see that people handle themselves in a more orderly way on the street.
They are getting petitions together to ban such things as carrying umbrellas too low and changing directions in mid-sidewalk.
Everyone's in a rush and everyone's fighting for their space, and that's the attitude that most New Yorkers have. It's me first and forget about you later.
High on the band list are those gentlemen who play those charming melodies for us. Excuse me, what's the name of that tune there?
Just a little brother.
It's what?
Your little brother.
Oh, I see. I was just wondering. Okay. See, the walkers are not rude, no. In fact, they give you the shirt off their back. But they do cross against lights. The city spent a fortune for these, and no one cares. Hey, it's red. No more should 150-pounders outrun 2,000-pound Chevys.
I think it's just a case that nobody gives a damn.
Any hope? Any solution?
A quick left.
Is there any hope?
Any hope of what? Yeah, if you have about 1,000 police every 100 people.
I guess a more peaceful solution does seem to be Skaggs civilian patrol, or just waiting a few days for it all to pass by.
What's interesting about the news media is when they respond to a story, which is great, you're always happy that they respond, they usually go, okay, now tell us what's going on here. Oh, okay. And then they add to it. They embellish. They contrive the news. They fabricate the stories. They ask other people questions. They involve strangers, pedestrians. And this comes out to be what the public gets as information. It's unbelievable.
A group of New Yorkers is trying to drum up public support for some proposed rules for walking in the Big Apple. Rules such as no wearing of sunglasses at night and no walking of more than one dog at a time. The citizens group would like to have you slapped with a fine for doing those things and more. CNN's Charles Feldman has more on the story.
They wear commando-type berets and leather jackets the color of coal. They walk the streets of New York City, ever watchful for those pedestrians who transgress the boundaries of good walking etiquette. They are the men and women of Walk Right, and their mission is to get you if you walk wrong.
Let's walk. These rules were given to us by pedestrians. We solicit pedestrians and get their opinions.
Walk Right is an ad hoc citizens committee of some 50 people who are collecting signatures from irate New Yorkers to press for new laws banning certain so-called bad pedestrian etiquette. Some examples. Dogs may be walked only during assigned hours. Pedestrians must stay in their proper lane when turning corners. No crossing the street on a red light. That is a Walk Right no-no, folks. Children must hold on to an adult or stroller, and no short people with umbrellas unless held at a minimum height of 5 feet 10 inches. In all, there are 66 rules Walk Right would like enacted into law to make walking safer for people like this gentleman who gave them an earful when they stopped him to give him a hand.
No, I'm not home. I don't like relatives. I got a good wife. Since they come, I ain't going home until they leave. I'm with this woman 40 years.
Walk Right's rules not only apply to walking, but also to proper appearance once outdoors. For example, says Walk Right President Joe Skaggs, no jogging without proper attire and no risque clothing on obese people.
Would you want the joggers to be running around without bras or jock straps?
Well, while you think about the answer to that, I remind you they're his rules, not mine. I take cabs. Charles Feldman, CNN, New York.